Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'll be debunking some of the most common excuses game devs make. So let's get started. If you guys would like to see more content like this, make sure you're subscribed. I wish I could say that this video is sponsored, but if someone is interested, wait till I have 4,000 hours of watch time. So firstly is the excuse of not having enough money to make games. Right off the bat, this excuse is not a viable one. Making games in this modern age is the cheapest it's ever been. And you can make games for absolutely free these days. Having to spend is now an option, and obviously you don't have to spend. Next is not having enough time to make a game. If you're saying this, there is no way you're always busy 24/7. If you go to work or school, by the time you're back, you can set up at least 30 minutes to make games. If you're still busy, then at least wake up 30 minutes earlier to build the habit of making games every morning. Making games isn't as time consuming as people might think. But then you might have to sacrifice some things, such as procrastinating or some relationships. But it's only temporary. Yeah, that's right. Once your game succeeds, you'll be able to work full time. Next excuse is when people say they're too young. If you're a teen, you can basically do whatever you want. If you really have the drive to try it, starting earlier will always be better. There's not a problem with starting when you're young. So most of these excuses so far are a bit based on fear. It is understandable that people can be a bit hesitant when starting a new habit. Then I don't have anybody to work with. Working alone for some people can be discouraging. There are still ways to find people to work with, and there are people just like you wanting to team up. There's also many Discord servers like Richie Gregory, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and also Good Guesses Discord server, so you can chat. One of the biggest misconceptions I hear a lot of people say over and over again is that they didn't go to game development university or game design school. A famous quote for one of the most famous game developers, Derek Yu, stated, "The most important thing to know about game development and schooling is that no one, whether it's an indie studio or big companies, care about degrees. How could it when some of its most prominent members are dropouts or never-beens?" Guys, there have been countless successful game developers which didn't go to game design school. In late 2020, there's been a noticeable trend where job interviewers don't really look for degrees. Instead they look for skills or traits, and the skills can be self-taught without school. Imagine how impressed the interviewers would be if you did that all self-taught. You don't have to go to school to become a game developer, and famous game developers have proved so, like Thomas Brush, Game Dev Underground, and more. The next excuse is, "I don't know the right engine." This is one of the reasons why potential game developers don't even start. There are many game engine comparisons and reviews on YouTube which can guide you on your choice. You can even try some game engines for yourself and see which one you like. Again guys, some of the excuses some people make is because they don't even want to start. But we're not even done yet. The next thing is, "I'm bad at art." Well, this one is kind of a good one, I'm not gonna lie. Well, you can either do three things. You can either source your art by getting asset packs. Learn making art by YouTubers on YouTube like Pixel Pete, Mort, or you can use simple shapes for your games. There's still some games I've seen some games where they just use simple shapes. Another one is, "What if my game doesn't make any money?" This one can be solved by just building an audience that will look forward to your game. Ways to do this is by blogging, posting screenshots, animated GIFs on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or making devlogs on YouTube telling people the progress you made with each video. So if your game still doesn't succeed, That's part of being a game developer. Some of your games might fail, and you can learn from them. Not trying at all will just guarantee your failure. So next is I can't code. If you can't code, then remember, there are people in teams that fill in different roles such as game design, sound, project manager, artist, animator, etc. So you can pick a different role. You don't always have to do the code. And finally, there's nowhere to learn. This is one very similar. Many channels are there on YouTube to guide you. So if you have any problems, complaints, comment them down below, and I'll respond. Don't worry, guys. Click on this video if I learn more.